I saw a skinwalker. I'm 23 years old. Female. I'm from Russia, but I grew up in England. Anyways, my family used to go back to Russia during the summer. I think it was 2012/2013, so I would have been about 12. We were at my house in Russia for the summer. My siblings, my cousins, and I were playing on the street at around 7:30 p.m. It was still pretty light. Me and one of my cousins were the oldest there, so we continued playing outside, just the two of us, when my younger siblings and cousins went inside to bathe and go to bed. At this point, it was 10 to 11 p.m., but we were still outside. There was a small forest behind my house. Me and my cousin were sure we had been to every inch of that forest, so we decided to go exploring in it. I don't know why, but we did. Around 20 minutes in, and nothing unusual had happened, until we came to a massive clearing in the forest. No trees or plants except grass were growing there. We had never seen this part of the forest before. It was strange because this clearing was huge, and until now we thought we had been through the entire forest. We had these little torches that surprisingly gave a lot of light. I shined it to a part of the clearing about 300 feet away from us, and when I tell you we fucking froze, there was a man who looked like he was from the Second World War. He had a tent set up and had a fire going, and he was literally dressed how soldiers were during World War II. We didn't say anything because my dad and uncle had taught us not to in situations like this. But we couldn't move. We just stayed still. The man hadn't seen us. He had his back to us, and he started shouting, "Help!" We could see he wasn't in any danger at all. We quickly and quietly ran out of there. We could still see him from far away, still shouting for help, and it looked like he was looking for something. My cousin suggested we help him in case he genuinely needed help, but I could tell he didn't. While we were trying to find the way out of the forest, the shouting stopped and we lost sight of the man. But we saw a deer, and you could tell from the way it was moving and its eyes that there was no way it wasn't something paranormal. We started running faster, and deers supposedly run away when you make noise, but no, this deer was chasing us. We finally got away and found my house. We told my grandma, who was the only one awake, and she told us to take her there in the morning. That morning at around 7 a.m., we got up and tried to find the clearing. We hit almost everything in that forest, and the clearing was nowhere to be found. It was like it had vanished, and there was no sign of a campfire. Also, there was a sign at the front of the forest that said no wildlife or anything lived in the forest, and that camping was forbidden. In the last 12 years, we have searched that forest and we never found the clearing ever again.